What's going on? It's Justeeni here. IMO's really terrible on tiny maps. Right? Right? They are, right? Surely they are. Anyway, so I played 2 games with IMO. Not cherry picking these games because I literally just decided to sit down and play 2 games. I'm too lazy to play more, and these are how they went. So first one's against Somaji, a very strong tribe. I get my lighthouse there. I already have 2 lighthouses. Maybe see where this is going. I get climbing turn 3. IMO has a ton of mountains in their terrain, so you always have to be mindful of that. You pretty much always need climbing or fishing, but preferably climbing before you get your explorers. And then you just hope that you get lucky, like this. Boom, turn 4 Eye of God, with 2 cities, with IMO. I really like gambling. Like, I got the funny, like, Star Rune, I get the border growth now. I mean, the opponent is Omaji, they could go into cloaks, but I have my doubts. So, yeah, I'm getting this big, juicy border growth. They're pressuring quite a lot, which is a little concerning, but we're fine. Nothing to worry about. Park of Fortune here, Mindbender defends. And, yeah, we're just kind of chilling. They're getting in the water for some reason. I don't really know why they decided to do that, but now I got Smither. And this is the thing with IMO. I'm going to absolutely clickbait the thumbnail. I don't know how many stars I said with text. I will do the math in the thumbnail and you'll see. But philosophy, oh my goodness. If you do not die early game on Tiny Lakes with IMO, philosophy saves you so many stars. I mean, like, you guys kind of realize that with like large maps, but it still applies even to small maps. You save so many stars. It's just ridiculous. And you're really gonna see it, because like if we look at my tech count, I'll show you at like turn 10 or so. And I'll give you some updates, just how many techs I have. And keep in mind that every single tech that I purchased, like from hunting, climbing, and everything beyond, all of those techs were discounted with Philo. So like looking here, I mean, I already currently have purchased 6 technologies, and this game is not a short game either. They kill my Mindbender because I wasn't very careful. That's another thing. Mindbenders they're just an underrated unit in general. Like they're good. They're just good. They're good on small maps, they're good on large maps, they're good on really large maps. They're just a good unit, and people don't respect Mindbenders enough. And IMO literally starts with them. Like, if you know how to use Mindbenders, then, like, we love IMO. Now I go strategy. Going to get a workshop, don't really need an explorer. Opponent's kind of going for a more naval approach, going with scouts, likely into nav. By likely, I mean they're definitely going into nav. You'll kind of see, you know, a little spoiler alert. But yeah, I have all these giants. This border growth capital just got me so many super units. My cities are very high level, 21 star per turn with 4 cities, no markets needed. And I've got some archer spam, plus I've got forges and forestry, and now strategy, diplomacy. I have vision on their capital. I go for the cloak. They can't reach my cloak. And now they have bombers, but again, like looking at this, I've got even more techs. Now I've purchased 9 technologies, 2 tier 3 techs. And there will be more. Although at this point, I'm going to be spending a substantial amount of stars on units because I have cloaks. I have a Mindbender here just to try to maybe convert this walled defender as Midget 1 intended. I'm not sure how many people will know that reference. Oh my goodness, that is a very funny reference. But yeah, I'm able to just cloak their capital. They've got some bombers, you know, they have a lot of stars from not only Starfish, but just they've been saving up. This defender wall is super efficient for them. But eventually I'm just going to break through. They can't hold on forever. And their bombers are now exposed, under attack. I have riding now. Archers continue to go pew pew. I've got the funny cloak. I've got more cloaks, Mindbenders. Only IMO can do this sort of shenanigans, unless you choose to fill a rush, which, very based. IMO does do fill a rush better than any tribe. The downside with IMO is you're forced to fill a rush, though. You can't be like, I don't want to fill a rush here. You kind of have to commit to the bit. But honestly, that's fine. Now, Gate of Power going there. Even more economy, 23 star per turn. If we look at techs, I got fishing and riding now, so I have even more technology on a tiny map, mind you. Like, IMO gets even better on the larger maps, but they're no slouch on the tiny maps from the 2 games of experience. I mean, you don't see randoms playing IMO because they're a little tricky to use. Very prone to user error, one might say. But the opponent's getting annihilated. I have the funny mindbender techniques. They do find my cloak, which was a little sad. But they have to kill my mindbender, which means my giant and is just able to kill their bomber. They were just forced to let that happen. And so yeah, after 20 turns, yay, I win. I have so many technologies. Just look at this. 12 technologies on a tiny map. Excluding Philo. That's just how many techs were discounted by Philo. But anyway, though, this isn't the only game. I'll go ahead and cut to the next one. Alright, this time against Hodrick player. You know, literally the meta. Surely IMO's screwed now, right? I mean, they could beat Omaji, but Omaji's not quite the best of the best. Hodrick with the archers. Archers are so meta on the tiny map. I go for fishing because the spawn honestly kind of sucks. But I'm getting pressured pretty bad here. I have to go into hunting to get archery and just hope that I don't lose the city, but I got the explorer. Does get me the lighthouse, so next turn I can upgrade. And unfortunately, I am going to potentially lose this city. I do get the lighthouse there at least. But this is actually really, really bad. I go climbing, grab that lighthouse up there so that I don't actually have to use the animal. And again, really bad start. Hodrick pressuring immediately. This is what you'd expect to happen if you are IMO. But it's not over yet. I still have this third city. I grab this lighthouse. I'm able to get a giant on my capital, except I'm actually kind of stupid and I put my Eye of God there. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm like, oh, I want to place a monument here. Yeah, wrong one, buddy. This was where Park of Fortune was supposed to go, not Eye of God. So if I just put Eye of God here, like, just to really show you, because this game will end up being pretty close. If I just put Eye of God, this was where I was planning on putting it. If I just put it there, I like push my warrior and I start pressuring. They cannot deal with a giant in time. I'm getting the city back. And then after they go likely naval to grab this city, it's going to be an equal city count, but I have Philo and they don't, so I just win. That's the thing, is if you're ever in an equal city situation against IMO, you just lose against IMO in the long term. Like, the IMO player has to really, really throw to lose with Philo. And I'm not just saying that to hype up Philo, like, it genuinely is that strong. You can't afford to be equal in cities, but I throw for the content, of course. Now it's actually going to be a really, really nail-biter game. But the fact that I could have just got an Eye of God, and despite this pretty bad spawn, actually just been able to make my way back into the game, I think says a lot about IMO, actually. Potentially meta, question mark, question mark? Like, I was going to say, like, kind of like as a joke, but I'm actually not sure. Like, why is IMO kind of good? I mean, this was, again, only 2 games, so you can't prove much with that, but like, why is IMO actually good? Get a useless, I mean, not totally useless, it gets me vision, but not very useful Explorer Rune. My economy's doing pretty well, though, despite being down in cities. The opponent now also has Eye of God. They placed it here, which is a choice, I guess. I mean, we both place our Eye of God in questionable spots. But it's fine, I give them a veteran warrior. I think I was trying to prevent a veteran archer and just kind of missed that they had that. Oh well, though, it's not the end of the world. I'm holding on. And my goal now is to get a giant on my capital with Gate of Power, but we're a little far from that. We still need 4 more kills, and now they get their giant. Again, I was supposed to get my giant on turn 7. Like, think about that. They got their giant on turn 12. I would have easily taken the city back. No ifs, ands, or buts. They would have been completely toast. But now I'm down 2 cities instead of equal city count, and I'm still hanging on. That's the thing. This is actually still playable for me. Like, the only other tribe that can manage to make use of these terrible situations is Hodrick. Now, of course, the difference between Hodrick and IMO is Hodrick doesn't find themselves in these bad situations as much because they start with archery, which is like the most phenomenal defense tech and just one of the best techs for Tiny Lakes in general. But IMO just... I don't know. IMO's just good, I guess. I mean, they're certainly not easy to play, but they're just good. Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm doing some nice archer combat here. All these 8 HP archers are so annoying for the opponent. But now I get a power up here, actually, because I was so slow to get it. But now I've got the giants rolling. They've got math, which seems concerning. But here's the thing, is I'm IMO. Normally, math is actually really hard to enter with any tribe, really, except for, like, Omaji or Yadek. But with IMO, you actually do have an answer. And this terrain is, like, the best possible terrain for them to have catapults. But even despite that, I'm actually still going to be able to answer these catapults. And, like, the answer should probably be pretty obvious what I'm going to do to answer the catapults. Like, not only are the archers actually, like, pretty overwhelming already, pew-pewing, very overwhelming. You see those stars saved up. And again, with the power of Philo, discounting this entire branch by so much, I'm just able to get knights. It's not nearly as much of an investment as it is, like, for IMO. Like, it's actually pretty attainable for IMO, just generally. And I'm just pressuring like crazy. This giant's getting pew-pewed. Pew-pewing there. Knight is ready to chain, so if they siege, they're leaving their catapults exposed. And if they don't siege, well, yeah, I can just kill their giant anyway. I make a mindbender there. For some reason, I thought I could do a funny, like, mindbender push, but wise guy doesn't realize he doesn't have any monuments. Luckily, I realized after I placed the forge, oh wait, I can't push, I'm stupid, but I have a Justeeni at least to make up for it. So, still completely winning anyway. Again, we get it to an even city situation. You know, that line that I mentioned earlier, I get a giant here, I take the city. That's exactly what happened, but it happened like 5 turns later than it was supposed to. But despite giving them all the time in the world to prepare, they still couldn't deal with it, and I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about IMO. Like, did I just get really lucky in these 2 games, or is IMO actually just a sleeper? Like, I'm still skeptical if they're, like, actually, like, top tier, but maybe they're, like, I don't know, like, A tier or high B tier. Maybe I'm sleeping on them. Who knows? Like, maybe IMO's just that good. If you just don't die, then you kind of just win. Which, I mean, I guess it's kind of a given for IMO in general, but I don't know. I'd highly recommend trying them out in some games and see how you guys do. Maybe secretly meta, or at least anti-meta? Who knows? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like and sub, and have a good one.